Settle up, leather crafters, and meet our new spooky Southwestern Craftaids. And if you're not familiar with this powerful tool, let's take a closer look. Craftaids are designed to help you create the most consistent, beautiful, and appealing tooling possible. Each design shown on the cover art is inside. The raised plastic ridges of the design are made to be pressed into cased leather, transferring the lines perfectly with crisp edges and no tracing or hand drawing necessary. They come in a variety of sizes within each design pack, giving you lots of flexibility to mix and match. And shown throughout this tutorial, I've taken different art from the 3 newly released Craftaids to show them off. Start by casing your leather just as you would when you manually transfer the design of your choice. Also seen here is the Craft Tool Poly Roller, and while it's not technically necessary, it will make your job a lot easier. There are other options like rubbing the back of a poly maul, but the fluid wheel movement of the roller really helps get every ridge of the Craftaid, as you'll see in a moment. Now take this as a quick exercise in what not to do. As you can see, the leather is still very wet, which will not result in a good impression. Start by placing the raised side of the Craftaid on the leather and roll it down with the poly roller several times. It is really difficult to get a second chance at this without creating ghosting or a faint second line obscuring your design, so be intentional and patient. As you can see here, the design did not transfer very well, and many of the lines in the center are difficult to see clearly. This is a result of the leather being too wet on top, but the recessed fibers not being damp enough. So let's try again. Case your leather and then walk away for 3 to 5 minutes. Make a cup of tea, take out the trash, or whatever you need to distract yourself. After those minutes have passed, come back and grab your roller once more, completing several passes before lifting the Craftaid. Make sure to take your time. There is no rush. Then, once these are shown here, side by side, you can see it is absolutely obvious the difference a few minutes can make. Make sure to take your time when you are completing this step, or these are much less effective than you would like overall. Now you get to make a project of your own. Use your swivel knife to cut all the lines your Craftaid transferred and start personalizing the project. The skeletal rider featured here is from the Midnight Rodeo Craftaid and will become the cover of a DOP kit by the time this is done. Also shown will be a skull and cowboy hat from the Bony Bandit and a jackalope skull from the Southwestern Jackalope set. Tandy Tip: you may need to recase your leather several times. Don't let your leather get too dry when you're tooling, or the impressions will not be nearly as deep or long-lasting as you want them to be. Case frequently and as needed. Once you're done tooling, you can dye and paint as desired. Featured here is the EcoFlow leather dye, applied with the Craft Tool all-in-one wireless airbrush setup, and a variety of Angelus acrylic paints designed specifically for leather. I'm a water painter normally, so I tend to use a lot of those techniques, but you choose your favorite style and get to work. Or remember, this step is entirely optional. Skip it if you want to. And that's it. Just like that, you have a beautiful finished project showing some stunning tooling, but doing only half the work. Check out this Craftaid and dozens of others in our stores or online. Additionally, if you would like to make this specific DOP kit, just look for the Acrylic Template Tacoma DOP Kit. Made from thick acrylic, these kits ensure each version of the project you make is perfectly measured and cut in little to no time, speeding up your process and greatly reducing waste. Tag us online in projects that you make with these spooky new designs, and until next time, happy crafting.